Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, the generous donations, super thanks, super chats, hypes, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this evening. Hey sis. Hey sis. You know, during the pre-shuffle, I feel like something new is coming to your life. Someone new is coming to your life because I feel like, you've been very obedient. You've been very loving. God trusts you. God trusts you with a lot. I feel like, and God wants to bless you with a lot. Like they say, hey, Red Violet, that when you can take care of the little things and then God will give you more. You've shown yourself to be a very trustworthy person. Hey, Lightworker William. So much so that God wants to give you a lot because God knows you're not going to squander it. God knows you're not going to be greedy, stingy. God knows that you're going to do exactly what you're supposed to do with it. And that is to be a blessing to others. So that's why God is going to bless you. I feel like it's going to start off with God is going to place somebody in your life that holds you up where you deserve to be. Whereas other people try to hold you down, this person is going to pick you up. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. Not only is this someone that you're going to be able to work well with, but this is going to be somebody that's people are going to, like the crowd is going to be looking at you. This is something that you've worked hard for, whether you know it or not. And this is, like I said, God is trusting in you to give to others what they need. Hey, Lies Never Stuck. Hey, Robert. Other people have tried to cut you down. They've tried to knock you off your rocker or knock you off your pedestal. Not even saying that you were on a pedestal, but people have tried to take you down. They tried to make you feel like you were not worthy. But one thing about you is you've always been courageous. Hey, Reborn Again Dynasty. Hi, LP. Hey, Miss Mahogany Drag. You've always been very courageous. You've always been very righteous. No matter even if it was the hard thing to do, you always knew as long as it was the right thing to do, you were going to do it. And this is why your God is like giving you the baton. This is something new that's coming into your life. This is something that I feel like you've prayed for, you stepped out on faith, but you wasn't sure how it was going to work out. And this is after a time in your life when you were betrayed the most by people that you thought were your people, only to find out they weren't your people. They were your detractors. And it's almost like you shouldn't even look at them as they were trying to get you off your path. It's like you need to look at them as they were trying to push you forward. Because had it not been for them, you would not be in the position that you're in now. So it's almost like you need to thank them. Thank them for pushing you. Whether they pushed you out of the group, whether they pushed you away, however they pushed you, thank them. People didn't want you to see things in a different way. They didn't want you to know that you were a sacrifice. They wanted you to continue to think that you needed them. You would never do any better. You know, that things would always be that same way. But you, like I said, you're very courageous. You saw things differently. Hey, it's just Robbie. Someone in your life, they refused to see who you were. They didn't want to see the beauty of you. They didn't want to see everything that you possessed. It's like they didn't want you to see it either. And they felt like as long as they didn't see it, you would never see it. Like you would never wake up to your own beauty. You would never wake up to your own glory. You would never wake up to your own strength. You know, it's like as much time that you invested in you know, and you went through the ups and the downs. But regardless of the ups and the downs, you still invested that time and that energy in you. So you always knew that, you know, things weren't easy, but you always knew that you were going to make it. You always knew that you was going to be able to reach up and touch that star. I feel like this is something that, you know, you've been working on, and that was your place with God since you were a child. Not only that, but God has also been preparing someone else for you since they were a child. Like you both had to both go, you know, be on different paths, both go through the ups and the downs in life, both have to pick yourself up and to look at yourself and to love yourself and to feel good about yourself and to recognize who you were as a person and how important you were before you were actually able to come together. But this is something that, like I said, has been going on for since you both were children. Hey, Malcolm. Hey, Lightwork. Did I? Oh, I said hi, Lightworker William. This is somebody, and like I said, there's somebody that's coming to you, and they see the beauty of you. They see your value. It's almost like this person has seen it from first glance. The first time they ever laid eyes on you. Confirmation. Expect some type of communication, and somebody's they're gonna say something, but they're not gonna tell you too much. They're gonna hold a lot back, even though they want to tell you so many things. Like this person has been working on themselves and they know what they want to say. And when they meet you, like I said, at that first glance, they want to tell you that. They want to, you know what? I feel like we've always been meant to be together, and I feel like this and I feel like that, but they're gonna hold a lot back because they don't want to scare you. But this person, they want to be with you. They know that you two are destined to be together. This is destiny for you. It was time for you to go on to calmer waters. It was time for you to be able to heal yourself. It was time for you to leave that feeling of not fitting in, of being out in the cold, of feeling like, you know, you were always going to be by yourself. It's time for you to leave that. And it's time for you to understand that God has something planned for you. God has given you that love that cannot ever be replaced. Like I said, you've done a good job. You did a lot more than other people. Even if it was, you were pushed out of a group or a family, you did a hell of a lot more than all of them put together could do. They wanted you to feel trapped, but you didn't. Because you always knew goodness was going to come in. Like they say, goodness will follow you all of your days. And judgment's being called. God has always been protective over you. God has always made sure that you were going to have what it was that you needed. Because God saw what other people tried to put you through. God saw your heart. God saw you crying. God saw you whenever you were in those depressed states. And you know what? Even those days that you sat there and you walked around by yourself and you were talking out loud and there was nobody else there but you and God, God heard you. So just imagine yourself talking out loud to God, and God is agreeing with you. God is, directing your steps. God is laughing at your corny jokes. God is correcting you when you need to be corrected. But God heard all of your words and definitely heard all of your prayers. This is why you are like that shining star. This is why God has always blessed you. You've always been given everything that you needed. And it's always been right on time. Because you know what? You could have went down the path that other people chose to go down, but you stood alone. You stood in truth. You always wanted to stand in clarity. And you sat there and you watched those others squander their life, squander their gifts, and not listen to anything that you had to say, even though they knew that you were speaking the truth. This is why you're going to be blessed. This is why you're going to have your wishes come true. God saw how those people tried to use you, how they came up against you, how they misspoke about you, called you names, threw things at you, tried to curse you, tried to plot and plan against you. But you know what? Even when they were doing all of that, the only thing that you did was went within. It's like you had this cloak over you that was like your protector, that was like your shield, that was what you retreated into, and that's why nothing could touch you. And then whenever God decided it was time for him to remove you and place you where they could not ever get to you again, that's when you were able to take off that cloak and show the world who you were. Now everybody is looking at you, wondering, wait a minute, how did you become this wonderful person? How did you make it through? Even whenever they sat there, it's still to this day, they're still trying to curse your name. They're still trying to send in the enemy. They're still trying to come up with these little thoughts and these schemes and these ideas. And they're still not working. You're still able to protect yourself. But now God is sending someone there to protect you. Hey, Tina, how are you? You said it's spinning off and on. I'm sorry about that. You know, God wants you to not worry about anything. You know, God doesn't want you to, I just hear, rest your pretty head. Don't allow yourself to worry about anything because all is well. Hey, K Hyphy. All is well. The sun is shining on you. Like I said, this is something that is meant just for you. And you know what? There's going to be somebody that's going to come in because there's the moment that you are with who you're supposed to be with, the devil is going to send in one of their best, one of their finest. And it's going to be somebody that's going to try and get in the middle of you two. And they're going to be talking a good game. They're going to be sending messages. It could be an ex of somebody, of him. It could be an ex of her. But God is going to send in one of the best. I mean, not God. The devil's going to send in one of the best to try and break you up. But even that is going to fail because you're both going to be able to see that plan. Hey, Lilith, how are you, sweetie? This person is, I feel like this person that's coming for you, it's going to be like they're pouring their heart out for you. And they're coming in fast. You know, it's almost like this is somebody who's prayed for you. Prayed for you. And this is going to be the outcome. This is what you both deserve. And like I said, you're both going to be so blessed because you're both so very responsible. And you're going to be able to help others like God has helped you. You're not going to be greedy. You're not going to be stingy. You're not going to look down on people. You're not going to say, well, they don't deserve it. Because you understand that's what they said about you. That's what they did to you. So you're not going to do that. You're going to take that instruction from God. You know, you're going to be, very kind in the way that you speak. You know, there's not going to be anything, there's not going to be that fish in the cup where somebody's going to have to sit there and think, what are they talking about? What do they mean? Is this the truth? It's not going to be like that. You're going to be very open, very honest. Because you understand, you know what? Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody. And you're going to be the happiest of all. I feel like when this person comes, this person is going to come all of a sudden. And like I said, when this person comes, it's going to be like you two just click. But I also want to remind you, there is going to be someone that's going to want to try and come back. This one are going to try and get you off track. This one are going to try to, upset the whole apple cart. Because this person, the devil does not want you to be happy. The devil does not want you to feel love. The devil does not want you to feel accepted or excited. So you're going to have to pay attention. You're going to have to use all of your senses to feel that energy. But you've been elevated, especially since you were able to leave this narcissistic person behind, or this narcissistic people behind, someone who was a thorn in your side, especially since you know what you went through so much for so long that this is almost like it's a gift, especially for you. Hey Saida, how are you, sweetie? Hi Brenda. This is a gift specifically for you. Specifically for you. This is like that consolation prize, the person that wins the like, if the price is right, they guess the right amount, and they get, not just what was behind their curtain, or what they guessed it, all their stuff to be worth, but they also got this one and this one too. They scored big. This is what is about to happen to you. Hey Deborah, hey High Priestess, you're about to score big. You're going to be looking back on this day and you're going to say, I remember when you just thought that, it was just building up. Whenever you could remember where you was, having to save your money, where you could remember having to make sure that you balanced everything out so that you didn't go hog wild and blew all the money so that you couldn't pay your rent, or you couldn't pay this, or you couldn't pay that. You're going to remember back on that day. And it's not that far away. What's the message, Spirit? I feel like, this person that you're supposed to be with, they're looking at their life too right now. And they're wondering, because I feel like this person knows something about you. This could be somebody that you've known for a long time. But I feel like this person knows something about you. Almost like this person wants to know if you're truly over this heartache and heartbreak. But this person also knows that you are an empress. You've always been an empress to them in their eyes. Always. What's the message? And even if you haven't met this person in this lifetime, you've met this person in another lifetime. You've met this person before. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Touche, how are you, sweetie? Yes, because this person has definitely stood up for you, protected you, fought for you. This is a relationship that you had with this person, even if it was in another lifetime. But there was also always a dark witch and a warlock that worked together to try and keep you two apart. What's the message, Spirit? But I feel like the last lifetime, you both said that you would never be apart. Like, they tried to separate you and you said, okay, or both of you said, next time you guys are going to fight like hell. Yeah, because it's like last time I feel like somebody had to leave. It's almost like I kind of feel like somebody had to leave just so that so somebody else could live. It's almost like or something like that. Somebody had to leave for whatever reason, and it was it's almost like, because like I said, there was also always a dark witch and a warlock that worked together to keep you apart. And so if you two would have stayed together back then, it would have been, somebody wouldn't have been able to make it. So I feel like you two had to separate, but this time it's going to be different. I feel like somebody's coming back. They're returning. And it's going to be a shock because this person has a plan. This person, like I said, they've been working on, their heart still bleeds for you, and they've been working on this plan for a while. And this is something that, they know was going to work. They're determined to make this work. And they see you because you've been single for a while. And that's why this person, they have something to say, but they don't want to say too much. Almost like this person can feel this past life relationship. And they knew that there was something that went on in the past, and that's why somebody had to leave. They had to leave. They had to complete a cycle. But I feel like this time it's going to be different. Hey, Crystal Healing, Self-Love. How are you, sweetie? What's the message? Yeah, somebody is coming back, and they are intent on giving you all their love. And they're not allowing anything to stop them this time. It's almost like somebody has been awakened to, what held you two apart the last time, or the time before that, or the time before that. And this time they're not accepting, the burdens. They're not going through the curses. They are not going through the curses or anything. This time it's different. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, somebody's coming up with a plan. They're working on something. And you don't know, and you don't know anything about it. It's almost like, somebody they want to surprise you. And you have to still be in that not knowing anything about it, because it's only going to work if you don't know about it. That way you can't plan for it. You can't get anxious. You can't start saying, well, when is it going to be time? When is it going to be time? What's the message, Spirit? But the time is coming. And it's not going to be in the too far distant future. Hey, J Mike. Hey, 2B Records. How are you, sweetie? What's the message? Hey, Sagittarius Goddess. How are you? What's the message? Thank you. You're going to get a message. And it's going to come from out of the blue. You're going to be like, wait, what? Who is this? Wait, what? I mean, I feel like you're going to be very excited when you get this message. Very happy when you get this message. You're like, you know what? Almost like you kind of felt it, but you didn't. You felt some excitement coming, but you didn't know what the excitement was for. Yeah, like I said, you felt something coming, but you just didn't know what you felt or why, why you felt this way. Kind of like, before the pandemic hit, and I felt like I was going to be like off work for a while. Not necessarily off work for a while, but I felt like I was going to be at home for a long time. And I was sitting there thinking, dang, how much vacation do I have? Only to find out that the pandemic had hit and everybody was sent home. Of course, my work was sent home with me, but everybody was sent home. And we were at home for a while. Somebody's plan is to that they're planning to be victorious this time. Like I said, they're not allowing anybody to really know what's going on. And the way it's going to happen is they're going to just send you, hey, you want to get together for lunch? Or hey, I'm over here and blah 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 blah. And or they say that they want to, talk to you, just, like, oh yeah, let's talk and let's catch up. It's going to be something like that. But I'm telling you, it's like they have to do it like that. If not, the devil is going to get in the way. King of Wands at the bottom. I feel like with this King of Wands can feel this cup of love coming your way. They can feel it. And they're trying to see what they can do. Like somebody's trying to see what they can do to stop it. But there's nothing they can do to stop it. Because, not only are you an earth angel, but this is your time. This is your time. You're getting justice. And like I said, nobody can stop this. This is your time. And yeah, because that's what they want to do, is try and stop the your mate from coming in, your perfect mate. And they want to stop it because they know that you two are going to be very, very financially stable together. Someone is coming and they're bringing that cup of love. Like I said, they want to just, hey, how you doing? But they don't want to tell you too much. They want to tell you just a little bit because they don't want you to, get all excited, and they want to hold back. They want to hold back some. But they are receiving clarity too. They know exactly who you are. And this person, they're even, they're worrying about, not so much worrying, but they're looking, they're a little nervous. They're worrying to make sure that you're not, out there with other suitors, that you ain't just, just with everybody. But I don't feel like you are. I don't feel like you are. I feel like you know that you have something bigger to do. You know that you have bigger shoes to wear, a bigger role to fill. And I feel like, you are someone that you just kind of stay to yourself. You do your own thing. You're probably working on your money. You're not out here trying to be the town hoe or nothing like that. But something about this warlock and the community, they're trying to do all this investigation. They're trying to see what you got going on. They're trying to figure things out, trying to see how they can get in. And this is all just on the spiritual realm. Yeah, this is somebody that, they feel kind of sad. Almost like I feel like this person, whoever's coming in feels sad because it's almost like I don't know, somebody got enlightened, but they got enlightened a little too late. Like somebody woke up, but when they woke up, it was too late. When they finally figured out what was going on, it had already happened. Yeah, it had already happened. This is whenever this could have been in the past life. Whenever they realized who you were already gone. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Expect some type of communication. And you're going to be so happy when it comes in. You're going to know that you are on the right track, that this is the person that you've been waiting for all your life. You're just going to feel that on the inside. I'm telling you, you're going to feel that on the inside. This is who you've been waiting for all your life. And this person is definitely going to be somebody that protects you. This is going to be somebody that not only protects you, but respects you, protects your heart, protects your love. This is going to be somebody that you can trust in. You can let your guards down. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Straight Cheese, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? Yes, I'm telling you, y'all are meant to be together. Y'all are meant to be together. Somebody's coming to you and they want to talk to you. They want to give you that cup of love. And I'm telling you, it's going to start off as just, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let's get together. And then this person's going to travel towards you. But y'all are looking right at each other. Right at each other. And like I said, they're looking at you and they want to talk to you, but they don't want to just, oh my God, I've been waiting for you so long. We're supposed to be together and everything, and I love you. And I want to take care of you. I want to protect you. And let's go down to the courthouse and get married. They don't want it to be like that. They want it to be a little bit slower. Just a little bit. Because you'd be like, wait, slow down, slow your roll, slow your roll. What you say? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, I'm telling you, and it's almost like somebody this warlock, they're trying to figure out what your next move is because they want to get in the middle of that. They don't want you to be happy. They want you to be single. They want to cause some shit in your life. They want you to be single. But and the way that they would do it is to act like they trying to come back. They want to talk to you. This is somebody who's been a detractor. This is somebody who's been an instigator. This is somebody who stabbed you in the back more times than you could have pulled the swords out. This is somebody you already said the last time if that was the last time, and you want nothing to do with this person at all. But this is somebody who doesn't want you to be happy. It could cause them happiness to know that they fucked your shit up. It will cause them happiness for them to think that your plan did for you to be up at night trying to stress about your plan or knowing that things are not working. Because they was working together with somebody else to fuck your shit up. you know, and instead of somebody coming towards you, this person ends up walking away from you, and therefore you're trapped. This is all on the spiritual realm. But like they say, as above, so below. Yes, this is you breaking that generational curse. Finally, this is the generational curse that was placed upon you at several lifetimes ago. Several lifetimes ago. But you fought each and every single time. This is somebody who wants that to remain. Because if it remains, then it's almost like they get something. It's like they get something out of it. What's the message? Thank you. But this time it's different. This time the wheel turns in your favor. And they don't get what they want. Judgment's been called. You know, you both, since this last lifetime, you both are going to are going to calmer waters. You know, and like I said, you both know each other from a lifetime before. This is not your first rodeo. This is not the first time that you guys have been together. This is just going to be the last time. The last time was the last time you guys were going to be apart. This time you guys are actually going to be together. Yep. 666. And that's an angelic number. What does 666 mean in the angelic world? What's the angel meaning of 666?
In angel numerology, 666 isn't about negativity. It's a message to find balance. It encourages you to refocus on your spiritual needs, moving away from worries about money or stress, and towards love and inner peace. Think of it as a gentle push to prioritize your well-being and spiritual growth.
Thanks, girl. Yeah. And see, it's funny because somebody there wants to knock that out. They don't want you to receive. They're trying to dominate you from being able to receive. I'm telling you, this is a generational curse, and the devil feels like he intends to win. This is something that's been placed on you a long time ago. And for whatever reason, it's almost like somebody had to sit back and they had to figure out what the fuck was even going on and why this kept happening, you know, and what they needed to do to stop it. And they finally figured the shit out. They finally got it, how to stop it. What's the message? Thank you. Yes. Y'all both are getting Dharma. You both are getting what you deserve and what you need. And that's a good thing. That's a wonderful thing. Anything else from this deck? Thank you. Yes, he's coming. He is on his way. He's making a grand entrance too. He's going to be like, baby, I'm home. Making a grand entrance. Hey, LP. How are you? We're going to pull some from the stack because it's almost my bedtime, y'all. It's 7:40 here. Y'all know I go to bed early. Telling you, I'm not going to say I'm old, but I'm just going to say I like to go to bed early. See, this witch and this warlock that's been working against you for so many times, so many lifetimes, they're scared that you remove the swords. I'm telling you, it's been a curse. They put these swords, and you know what? And one of them was the biggest hoe. The biggest hoe. Always had her legs up in the air, baby. The biggest hoe. Yeah, see, they and right now they have no choice but to jump to conclusions because they can't figure out what you're doing or what's going on. But you know what? Your special person is moving in silence, and there is going to be a special night out. Moving in silence. Special night out. Whenever you two see each other, there's going to be that recognition there. Like, we know each other. You know, or even if you've met before in this lifetime, you're going to feel so comfortable with each other. But even if you feel like you've never met this person before in this lifetime, when you see them, you're going to know we know each other. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, there was some type of undercover backstabbing brother, you know, that warlock. And they had to finally understand that, or they need to finally understand that they cannot compete where they don't compare. Because what they're going to try and do is, like I said, when you two get together, there's going to be that negativity that's going to come in and try and compete with you. But there's hidden information that's coming out now. And even if they didn't believe that you guys were going to get to confirmation, even if they didn't believe that you guys were going to get together and stay together this lifetime, they are a firm believer now. Excuse me. They are a firm believer now. What's the message? What's the message? Anything else? Anything else? Thank you. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, you leveled up. That's what God is blessing you. So, yeah, and you're moving forward in spite of the chaos and the confusion. And this emperor is coming because, you know, they're planting seeds elsewhere, meaning that they're coming towards you. They're leaving whatever they thought that they was going to be around. This could be have to do with the water sign too. And this warlock, that was witch and that warlock, their magic got lost and hit their own tribe. They just didn't know that you guys are related to Jesus and the ascended masters. They didn't know. What's the message? Yeah. Somebody needs to read between the lines. And you know what? Hey, Tia, how are you, sweetie? Baby, the tea is just about over. I'm about to wrap this up. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, so it's almost like something about, I was going to say something about reading between the lines. What else? Okay. Remain, think, dream, and pray positive, because this person is going to be here to protect you and stand in your convictions. You're going to know that this person is for you. Y'all are going to be traveling soon. Y'all are going to be traveling soon. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and swing the pendulum. And then I'm getting ready to shut it down. Go get my little monster, because I put her in the garage. She was just jumping around like we was really trying to do something. I was like, I wasn't. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'm trying to chill out. So, all right, think of your question. Think of your question. Hey, High Priestess. All right. Think of your question. And the answer is yes. It's getting stronger too. Yep. The answer is yes. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all. I really do. I love you all. And I will see y'all in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Good night.